Hey everyone, Hannah here for Finance and Fun Stuff, and today I want to go over our April 2024 finance update. March was definitely a crazy month for us. We had a ton going on, but I think we handled our finances really well. So without further ado, let's get right into the numbers for this month. Starting off, as always, with our net worth. Our net worth is currently sitting at around $3,800, and that's a decrease of around $830 from where we were at the month prior. Now, as unfortunate as it is to see our net worth go down so significantly, I think it's actually pretty good that our net worth only went down by this much, considering how much we had going on in the last 30 days, and that's including our tax payment coming through. We owed $2,500 to the federal government for our taxes this year, which was certainly unexpected, and we were able to pay that off without much of an issue. And even though we did get a sizable refund of around $1,000 from state, that certainly wasn't enough to cover the whole federal money we had to pay in. So we used that money to our advantage and created a gap from the rest of our budget and just filled in where we needed to be able to fill that money in. But still, $2,500 is a lot of money to come out of our budget. So I'm happy our net worth only went down by around $800, considering also that our stocks have gone down a little bit and we had to take some out of the HSA. I'm considering this really, really good. So now we get into the spending totals for the month of March. Now, it's really interesting to look at how much money we spent over the last 30 days, and I love sharing that with all of you right here. So taking a look, you can see that our needs but can vary was the highest one here by a long shot, and that was due to our tax bill that just came through. And obviously that is something that we need to be able to pay because you kind of need to pay your taxes. So we unfortunately took that big hit, but I think we did really well, all things considered. And if you take that $2,500 out of this category group, it would be around the average of what we typically spend in this category group for things like groceries and things of household items, things of that nature. So I feel really good about the money that we spent. One of the other really large categories here is going to be my personal wants. Now, I have been really, really good over the past few months on getting my wants taken down to a level where it is really manageable and to where I'm not feeling like I am taking from both mine and my partner's combined wishes of the future, and also for my partner's individual wishes for the future for my own selfish needs. And I do think that I still adhere to that, even though it's like $900 in the last 30 days. So hear me out. We ended up paying off my Lost Lands ticket completely. And we also ended up switching my Lost Lands arrival day to Tuesday, so that way I am able to camp with more of my friends and be able to make the festival a more enjoyable experience. And I think it's great that we had enough money to be able to make those decisions. Now I am certainly eating that cost over the next couple of months and not having as much fun money as I would like to be able to do things that I would like around Buffalo, but that is perfectly okay because this was something I really wanted to do. I wanted to completely pay off that payment plan, that way we could be ahead for the future, and I wanted to be able to go with my friends one day earlier since work said I could. So I'm very, very excited about the end of this year when I'm going to get to be able to have 2 vacations, and I think it's going to be great. And this year we're going to be more prepared for those 2 vacations, so we won't be spending an arm and a leg like we did last time and coming back totally sidelined. Now we're going to go over the goals we set 30 days ago and see if we managed to stick to them throughout the entire month of March. The first goal was to only go to the grocery store once per week, and I think we really, really adhered to this very well. Now, there were a couple times where we had to go for very specific things, or we had to go that midweek trip to get something specific, like when I was sick, so Sage went and got me chicken noodle soup, things like that. But overall, I think we did really, really well, and we did not make any special extra trips to just go buy more groceries. It was only when we absolutely needed to get something to make ourselves feel better. So I consider this a total win in this category, and it has certainly helped our grocery budget for the month. Our other goal was to increase our Roth IRA by $10. This unfortunately did not happen this month, and I'm going to be honest, it's because I completely forgot. I forgot to turn that up a little bit on M1, but I just put that through, so now it's going to be coming out every 2 weeks, just like the $50 payment does, an extra $10. So it is going to be starting for this month. So this is kind of like a half check, but really we didn't hit it this month, so I'm going to call it an X because I think that is more accurate for how we did in the last 30 days. Now we move on to our goals for the month of April. So this month is going to be definitely a good change for us moving forward, as Sage is looking to spend a little bit more time on work-life balance and has such decided to leave one of her employers, so that way she is all ready to take a promotion when she does finally get that here very soon. So we're going to be having a little less money coming in every single week for the time being. Now, I do believe we are going to handle this very, very well, but I wanted to make one of our goals for this month related to that to help us kind of ease into this transition during this middle period where our money is a little bit tighter. And I want to get to the point where we have a set template that we can go through and have that completely ready so we can just fill in the blanks, and then whatever's money is left over is the money we get towards our fun money and categories like that. Now, this is something I have wanted to do for a while, but we typically didn't want to do it because we'd get through the entire template and it would be way too much money. We wouldn't have enough to be able to fund everything that we needed and wanted. And even if we took the shit off we wanted, we could barely fund what we needed. So it was just really discouraging. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually just setting a template for just the no matter what category group and our true expenses. And then once that is done, we can just do that and just go, okay, this is what we need every single week. These are the things we focus on immediately: groceries, gas, and all of our standard bills. And once we have that set, I think it will really help to see exactly how much we need to be able to live bare bones. And then we can kind of increase or decrease how much fun we have throughout the month based on how much extra money we get. And it will be a little bit easier to build up that savings to be able to get towards that month ahead. We are not at the point where we can fully do a complete month ahead, but we are certainly getting there, and we are more than halfway there. So I'm hoping that we can get there eventually. But for now, I'm just going to leave the one goal of creating a new template and getting used to this new financial change and making sure that we do not sideline ourselves and decrease our net worth too much over this time. So that's all I have to say for this month's finance update. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the new setup. If you enjoyed having this in the living room, I do think it added a little bit more of an intimate space. I'm wondering how the sound is in here, but hopefully it ended up good for all of you, so I'd love to hear about that as well. Now, as always, if you enjoy these videos, you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed so that way you can see exactly where our finances go for the rest of our time that we will be posting these videos, which is going to be for the foreseeable future, if not our entire lives. So you're going to want to be subscribed to see how our finances end up as the years go by. I love making these videos for you all to show you how our finances are going, and I love having this channel, Finance and Fun Stuff, because it allows me to express my creative freedom, but it still allows me to focus on finances when I really need to. And doing this once a month check-in is really, really important. And I think it's something everybody should do and review their finances, especially if you have a partner. Sit down and do that monthly meeting because it is really, really important. So thank you all so much for watching for this month's finance update, and take care.